So here's the training exercise. Back streets of the CBD in Queenstown. Mock-up training. This is what training looks like here in Queenstown. Fantastic, everybody involved. We've got some people looking pretty involved there. No, it looks like we've got a forklift problem as well. Excellent training. More teams coming in to learn more. This is good. Fantastic training.
Are we sore?
Sure.
Glass or something?
This is all part of training with the University of Tasmania, SES, fireys, ambulance, everything. That is not a real human, that is a dummy who has been stuck underneath a forklift. And let me tell you, that is something that is not unusual in the workplace for people that just don't adhere to occupational health and safety. And that's what the training is all about, dealing with real. So here we are at the live training with the University of Tasmania with the SES. We've got ambulance, we've got SES, we have hospital, we have people acting as they've been injured. And I think that's a real person there actually, acting out that they're in trouble. And over here we have a dummy stuck under a forklift, and that is not an unusual situation. Glenn John's here on 7XS covering the training from the UTAS and all the local emergency services getting the training that we need, which is fantastic. Here in a shed off the sides of Queenstown. Sensational. This is really, really good. All this training all about, it's great for the West Coast.
It certainly is. What we're trying to do is foster a situation where we can encourage young rural doctors to come and work in this community. We want to show that we welcome and will support them and look after them.
It looks like a number of things like the forklift. That's something that can really happen in the workplace.
This is standard for our West Coast industrial environment, and this is the sort of thing that we need to be able to manage. And it's really good for all the emergency services to get this training, and we're looking at doing a larger one later in the year at a local level.
So it's about getting everybody from SES to hospital workers to the AMBOs, everyone all together to say, listen, if this happens, this is what we need to do. Yeah?
Absolutely, that's it. Thank you. I need to keep moving.
Cheers.
Thank you.
UTAS training here, SES, hospital, SES workers. We've got actors playing the role of injured people with forklifts and all sorts of other things. This is what training's all about here on the West Coast. It's sensational. This is great. So we have an actor here who's being treated for what looks like maybe back injuries of some sort. This is all integral, as you just heard, for doctors to come here on the West Coast and to train for the ambulance, for the fireys, for the SES, for the hospital workers, all to work together to work out what's the best way of dealing with catastrophes or in fact emergencies right across the West Coast. It's about making sure that we can make it as realistic as possible so that people can learn what they need to do in the case of an emergency. This is fantastic for the West Coast. In fact, fantastic for any community to have all the emergency services and emergency response groups to come together to deal in a realistic as possible way with these sorts of scenarios. This is as real as it gets, people, and this is good for the West Coast, let me tell you. It's all about training here on the West Coast where all the emergency services response groups coming together. The Tasmanian Fire Service, ambulance, SES, rural doctors. This is all simulation and it's all happening here on the West Coast, which is just fantastic. This person is perfectly okay, but it's all in the name of training. Making sure everybody gets it right. Best practice, fantastic stuff.